YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. I did a video. I did a handful of videos just here a while back, and it's been a few months ago that I had a gentleman um, send me an email talking and giving me some advice and sharing some information regarding what I was talking about in the videos, and it was just the email was like power packed with awesome information. How's it going, Sick Duck? So I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you guys see me kind of looking off to the side here, it's because I'm looking at the email that he sent me. Okay, this guy sent me some awesome information, and the only way that I could do this is just pretty much have this on my big screen here so I can see it and just kind of go back, because it was definitely too much to remember. I'm a little bit of a slow reader, so you guys bear with me, okay? Anyway, the first thing he was talking about here, you guys remember when I did a video about the star roller versus the smooth roller, and I said that the smooth roller was definitely better. Well, he gets into the nitty gritty right here. This guy's a claims inspector, and so he knows all the legalities, or whatever you would call it, the technical stuff in behind everything, because he does go out and inspect, and whenever someone would have a claim or something like that. So I want to read a little bit of what he said there. Maybe read, we'll see. Anyway, he was talking about the smooth roller versus the star roller, that video that I did. Which one is the lesser of the two evils? Typically, if you're using a seam roller and the seam is hot, it's a bad idea to use any kind of roller, is what the gentleman was getting at. The twist and crimping of the carpet tufts itself is accomplished by heat setting, pretty much like a person would do if they was to crinkle their hair or straighten their hair. It's heated up, twisted in that position, and cooled off in that position, and that's what causes it to stay. So I wanna read just a little bit right here, okay? So you guys bear with me. This is some really good information. How's it going, subfloors? Conventional seam irons, conventional seam irons obviously generate heat, which as one might summarize, a real potential to destroy factory heat set of the carpet tufts. That's what I was just talking about right there. The fibers themselves, okay? It therefore is imperative that one take precaution in order to limit introducing anything into the equation that may contort the crimp twist of these tufts fibers until the seam has plenty of time to cool off, okay? So how are you supposed to do a seam without heat? No, he's not saying that. He's just saying be extra careful and what you do with the fibers while the seam is hot. Okay, that's what the gentleman's getting at. Let's see here. By talking about the star roller, he said, by their design, the star rollers are more apt to distort the factory heat set than a smooth roller. The reason being, each segmented leg on the star creates a pressure point, which not only forces the individual tufts down into the carpet itself, thereby creating a perforated look. They also entangle and pull tufts from the carpet. The claim to fame for the star roller was that one would blend, quote unquote, which will make the fibers hair up. Yep, which will, he said, how that got its fame, that it would blend, in parentheses, distort the tufts together, okay? Star rollers are fine if the seams are cooled down, okay? So that is a really good point right there, because what I pointed out in my video was I knew that it was doing it when it was hot and stuff like that, but I never even thought about it after the seams are cooled down, because then they got their original hold just as they are laying right here on the floor or something like that. It only distorts them to that degree if it is hot. Glad I don't do houses. I don't actually do a whole lot of carpet anymore myself, and I kind of miss it because I like doing carpet. But anyway, uh, and so star rollers are fine if the seam has cooled down and on commercial glue down carpet, direct glue down carpet. Smooth rollers have shortcomings too, in my opinion. It is the lesser of the two evils. How's it going, flooring? Okay, he's talking about the video that I did. Carpet is stressful. Yeah, it is. It is actually one. I don't know how many people's going to agree with this. I do 90% carpet and use a star roller only. How's it going, Carpet Muscle TV? Thank you, Corey, for joining, buddy. Oh yeah, I did a video in Tucson using the thermoplastic seam sealer, the regular latex seam sealer, and then I did a seam with no seam sealer, okay? And he was enlightening me on some of that, talking about the UV lighting and checking for your seam sealer and stuff like that. However, just because your seam is sealed, it has latex on it, you can pull the fibers back, shine the light on it, and see the latex. And just because that is okay, it is there and stuff like that, that does not mean that it's still going to pass inspection, okay? So they will actually take, let's see here, the UV light, they will take and use it to check for foreign objects in the carpet, on the carpet, and on the pad also. And if the seam is like that, if the seam was it sealed properly, okay? One can seal a seam improperly, and that's where the use low power magnification comes into play, okay? Rather, he's talking about they will take a magnifying glass and a flashlight and check out and see that if the seam sealer or glue, whether you use a thermoplastic glue or whatever, is actually penetrated far enough into the primary backing and the secondary backing. And if it wasn't, then it was used improperly and potentially voids the warranty, okay? So just because you can see a little bit of glow or whatever on your seam from using seam sealer and stuff like that, that still does not get you out of the box. It has to be done properly. How's it going, Jared? Thanks for joining, buddy. Everybody, I appreciate y'all joining. He also commented, I like this whole thing. I just wish I could read faster. He also commented on my video where, why can't we make more? Let's see here. You did a video about, you guessed it, Hack and his sidekick Slash. Two typically installers who may both sleep in a van, smell of booze, possibly stoned, unreliable, and the bare minimum of tools, no moisture meters, may have insurance and 2 years combined experience between them both. But hey, they're affordable, reasonably priced, and that's what the customer wants to hear, or is it? Okay. So, let's say Hack and Slash is going to a person's job and they want to bid a job and they're bidding it for $275 a yard, okay? That's pretty cheap. The customer's cool. That sounds all good and all that stuff. However, if they are only using a knee kicker, let's see here. After all, how hard can it be wrong? The different flooring options right here. This is exactly what I just said a while ago. Carpet flooring options out here. Carpet is the most difficult to install correctly, okay? It has to be installed correctly. That is where a lot of people get messed up, and they can bid a job for $275 a yard and stuff like that, and the customers will probably eat that up, okay? So over the period of 10 to 12 years, that carpet is going to have to be restretched a minimum of 3 times, maybe more. Furthermore, given they use a knee kicker, in that in itself will void the warranty. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that, buddy. So the customer ends up paying $275 3 or 4 times over the span of 10 or 12 years to get their carpet installed, then 3 or 4 more times of restretching, and that's going to equal $8.75 to $11 a yard, and it has a voided warranty because they kicked it in. Okay, so ask your customer how many people they know that have wrinkles in their carpet. Explain to them that wrinkles are not normal and are more often than not indicated of improper installation. Y'all, I'm sorry for reading so messed up. Y'all forgive me for that. And while your installation price is more expensive, restretches are free. You must be careful here, though. I always recommend using a Class 2 cushion in all residential installations. Sure, it's more expensive, but blah, 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 blah. Let's see here. Let me get something else here. Also, explain the advantages of a thin... I don't really care about that. Let's see here. Ask the end user, the customer, how many split seams they've seen, and explain to them why and how it happens. You can bet that Hack and Slash won't know how to make the end user, or won't make the end user, or I'm sorry, you can bet that Hack and Slash won't know or make the end user aware of it, and how they are any better than doing that themselves. Okay, doing my first room of seams or Berber next week. It's okay, Berber actually seams up pretty good. So explain to the end user the importance of proper tack strip placement, why it's important to follow the contours of the door jambs, etc., whenever you're doing your tack stripping and stuff like that. Okay, that all makes a big difference. Thank you, Florian. I appreciate it, buddy. Bring a kicker with you. Show the customer if they know what it's used for. Some will, some won't. Either way, explain to them that it's not to stretch carpet. In fact, it's only permitted as a last result in areas where a mini stretcher will not fit. It does not matter how long Hack and Slash have been installing or how big they are. Kickers of any sort are meant to adjust carpet. To hook carpet on the tack strip prior to power stretching, a proper stretch cannot, I want to repeat that, a proper stretch cannot be made with a knee kicker, period. Okay, he even said that. He even put it in big bold letters too, cannot, and then he said period in big bold letters, and that's the truth. Okay, you cannot get a proper stretch using a knee kicker. I don't care if it is thin contractors carpet, builder grade or whatever. It don't matter. You're not going to get the proper stretch using a kicker. I can't stress that enough. Okay, it is very let's see, also bring along a picture of a power stretcher. Show the customer and explain how and why it's used. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate it, buddy. Show the customer and explain to them why it's used and the time needed to break it down when moving from wall to wall. It is imperative that you and every installer can justify the higher cost. Like I said earlier, use Hack and Slash's ignorance against them. Okay, even the worst installers claim they're the best installers. So if you're going out to the job and somebody's already bid against you and they said, oh well, they're doing it for this price, or this price right here, if they're like way low, there's a really good chance that they're Hack and Slash. You know what I'm saying? So you can definitely do exactly what this gentleman right here says. Bring it, ask them the right questions. How many people do you know that has wrinkles in their carpet, and tell them why it wrinkles up. And with their seams, how many seams have you seen come apart? Everybody in their life has seen bad seams, seen seams ravel, has seen wrinkled carpet and stuff like that. Fill that customer in with all that information, okay? Tell them why. Thanks, Florian. I appreciate that again, buddy. Tell them why all that stuff happens and what you're going to do to prevent it, okay? I'm going to take this thermoplastic heat gun and I'm going to weld your two seams together. You're never going to have to worry about that seam ever coming apart, okay? As a matter of fact, when I get done welding that seam together with that thermoplastic, you can bend that seam apart like that and it's not even going to break open. It's going to be as one piece of carpet, okay? Explain all that stuff to the customer. Let them know what you're going to do to prevent all of these things that we just discussed. Wrinkled carpet, okay? We're not going to use a knee kicker by no means. I got this big old heavy duty metal stretchers. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here so I can see my big screen, because I'm done with that. I pretty much got all that information in my head now, so I want to get over here on my big screen so I can see you guys' comments better. Let's see here. I have a hard time seeing it on my phone because it comes through so small. Okay, now I can get a little bit better here. Yeah, so explain, like I said, explain to the customer all the stuff about wrinkled carpet and stuff like that. Tell them you got this big beast of a stretcher, you know, poles stretch out 20 or 30 feet. If you got an extra set of poles, you can make it, 20, like 21, 22 feet per set. So if you got extra poles, you can go about 40 feet, or you can even go further than that if you will take a 2x6 and turn a long way. So it don't matter. You can stretch any size room with a power stretcher. It don't matter. You can use a dead man, as me and Ben Boatwright explained here whenever I interviewed him here. 38 is what I have. So if they've seen wrinkled carpet, and everybody has, and if they've seen bad seams, tell them, again, I'm starting to repeat myself now. I'm trying to get out of that habit, but tell them what you're going to do to prevent that. Tell them you got this big stretcher, and you're going to use it. You're going to stretch like 1%. I think it's actually 1.5%. I think is what you're supposed to get. I can say that I probably don't stretch that much. That's a lot. If that's saying if you got a 12-foot room, you're supposed to stretch at 1.2 inches. I think 1% is the technical amount that you're supposed to stretch. 1.2 inches out of a 12-foot width is actually a lot. Now, I don't know if that's pulling all the wrinkles out first, or after you get it tight, then stretching. I don't know if that's for that or not. But anyway, if you're using a power stretcher, you can feel when the carpet's tight. I have always went by feel, so let that customer know that you're going to stretch their carpet really tight with a power stretcher. You're going to use a thermoplastic or latex. You're going to seal their seams up really good, and like I said earlier, justify everything that you're going to do to the job to prevent everything that we talked about, and that's going to justify you charging more than hack and slash, okay? And let them know, okay, hey, they're going to be coming back and restretching within, 3 or 4 times within 10 to 12 years your life of your carpet, and you're going to end up paying that 3 or 4 times. So if you pay me one time $6 or $7 a yard, okay, you're not going to have to come out of $11 a yard over 10 or 12 years, okay? You're going to be better off paying me up front a higher cost than that guy right now, because your carpet's not going to be wrinkled. I'm not going to be coming back, and it's going to be cheaper on you because we're not going to have to keep coming back and restretching. Plus, just the inconvenience of having me in your home 3 or 4 times over the next 10 to 12 years, restretching, fixing mess ups and stuff like that. Okay. Fill your customers in with as much information as you can. Nick actually said something on my last video there about he likes talking with customers and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I like to too. How about these lifetime warranties? I think that's straight up ridiculous. I don't know anybody that can give a lifetime warranty. That's just to get a sale. That's straight up all that's for. Ain't no carpet gonna last a lifetime. It don't matter who stretches, how it's stretched, what it seams with, or nothing. Carpet wears out. I think that's ridiculous. Y'all forgive me for drinking. I've been working all afternoon since I saw in an earlier video that you used to live in Tucson. I just moved from Germany to Sierra Vista. Oh yeah, Sierra Vista was about 45 minutes from me. So I'm sure you know that. I enjoy watching your videos because I am getting ready to stretch some carpet in my home. Cool. It's nice out there in Sierra Vista. Lifetime maintenance. Yeah, you're exactly right on that. How's it going, Manuel? Are you doing? Yes, we are all doing good. Lucky Pop at night. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I just got done. I've been working in my studio all afternoon. So, thank you again, Jared. I appreciate that, buddy. That's pretty much the information that I wanted to get out there. So if anybody don't have any questions, I'll go ahead and cut this short unless you guys want to browse. Let's see here. I work for a large company here in Michigan called the Carpet Guys. You know what? I heard about that somewhere here recently. Thank you, Sugar. I appreciate that, baby. And let's see here. And sure, we have said we offer lifetime warranty for the life of the carpet. Huh. Wow. Now that's a little bit more realistic right there than just saying lifetime warranty. Lifetime warranty for the life of the carpet makes a little bit more sense. Is it easier to install carpet versus OVT? Absolutely not. Like I said just a little bit ago, carpet is one of the most complicated. What did I miss y'all talking about? This was like totally power packed with all kinds of good information. So this is one that you're going to want to go back and see. I can't repeat all that. That was a lot what I talked about. I've been on here 20 minutes already, and I'm just getting to the gist of what I was wanting to talk about on that. So it's got a okay. All right. There's a lot of good stuff here. I think anyway. I loved it. I read over that thing probably 5 or 6 times and I still couldn't get it. But no, vinyl plank is probably the easiest to lay if you ask me. Carpet, like I said earlier, is the hardest if you do it right, okay? It takes more skill and it takes more know-how to install carpet correctly than any other flooring. That's just my opinion, okay? I don't do tile. So, but as far as hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, sheet vinyl, carpet is the hardest to do properly because there's just so many little bitty things that you have to get right. Thank you again, Jared. I appreciate that, buddy. How's it going, Sean? Yeah, it does suck that carpet pays so little. And I did a video a live stream just the other day about taking crap from carpet installers. Carpet stores or something like that. I do here in the future sometime. I agree about talking with the customer. I actually like that. I was going to get to that just a little bit ago, and I got sidetracked. I agree. I actually like being face to face. I like to talk to customers. I like to deal with customers and stuff like that. That's definitely one thing that I miss. Been here in Tennessee, I don't get to do a whole lot of customer talk, and because most of my stuff is either new construction or it's an empty house or something like that. I got right quick while I got 25 people on here. You guys give me a thumbs up on this video, please. Give me a smash that like button down there if you're getting some kind of value, okay? Don't do it just because, but if you're getting some kind of good information or you're like the channel or whatever, just give me a thumbs up down there. That'll help my videos get spread out more according to the YouTube algorithm. I've been watching your channel for a while and I really do like it. I've been an installer for 10 years and would like to know your opinion on row finding two-tone carpets versus serpentine straight edge seams. Okay, you are in luck. I actually got 2 videos on how to seam a two-tone carpet, and it is definitely better to row cut a two-tone carpet than it is to serpentine. Anytime I can get away from straight edging, I always do it, okay? I know a lot of guys will serpentine, and I ain't dissing it because they say they can do a good job on it, but I always will row cut if possible. The only time I will not is if I just absolutely can't. I will fuss with it and fuss with it and fuss with it, trying to row cut it before I finally give up and straight edge it. So it has to be some really, really, really difficult carpet before I'll give up on it and go to the straight edge, which is very rare, okay? 99.9% of the time I can row cut a carpet. So how's it going, Phantom Carpets? Thanks for joining, buddy. I appreciate it. I don't feel alone now about using Z-Bar. I use Z-Bar. Well, I can't say that I do here. In Tennessee, I don't as much. In Tucson, I used it so much. I used it a lot. When you talk to the customers direct, you have a better chance of getting what they want. Yep, exactly. Serpentine is frowned upon. Yeah, I agree with that. It's pretty much straight edging, and I don't like that. A good carpet installer had seams, so it's impossible to see his seams. You're exactly right. Good job, Ribbon. Love the videos. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Yeah, if you should, I want to do a video on directional of laying carpet in order to make your seams hide better. Thanks again, Jared. I appreciate that, buddy. I have a serpentine straight edge used for 20 years and have never used it on seams. I have only used a serpentine straight edge twice in my life. Twice. And just like Phantom Carpet Thursday, I've never owned one. I actually borrowed it from the carpet store I was working with. One time in Tucson and one time here in Tennessee before I even went to Tucson. I was it was just in some apartments, some really low grade apartments, and thank you, I appreciate that, Harold Bottom. Sculptured carpet, that's what I was trying to think of. It's so uncommon anymore, I almost forgot what it was called. Sculptured carpet, where it's got all the little, thank you, Florin, I appreciate that. Thank you guys for all your donations, super chats there. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, everything that is contributed this month is going to the giveaway. Sorry, I'm still looking at that. Sometimes in my seams when row cutting, also you can still see aligned in spots. Why is that? Carpet is tight, not overlapped or gapped. As a matter of fact, I have noticed that before myself. It don't even have to be a two-tone carpet. It can be just a straight solid carpet, and just every now and again you'll see maybe 6 inches, 8 inches, or a foot or something where it looks like a dark run or something like that. And I think that's just something with the carpet, because I don't know if it is. If it ain't, then I'm done something wrong too, because I have noticed that one time since I've been back here, and I've noticed it a couple times in Tucson. It's like there's no way around it. You can even recut the carpet. If you catch it before you put your seam together, you can recut your seam and the spot will just move. So if it was here, you can recut it and then it'll be down here somewhere. So in situations like that, I think it's just a bad carpet. That's just my opinion. I've owned serpentine one time on a commercial carpet for a movie theater. It was a speckled carpet, with solid black bunches of dots. Crazy, but the only way they seam it was to serpentine seam it. Only. Wow. Okay, that would scare me to death, especially if it's all speckled and got black dots and stuff like that. Super especially, I would rather do a solid carpet than I would something with black dots. People will serpentine carpet if it is got speckles or something like that in it to kind of hide it or distort the seam a little bit, make it blend in a little bit or something like that. I believe it was scary. I guarantee you. That would scare me to death. Especially if it's got dots and stuff like that in it. You wanna try your best to get that row cut. That way you can avoid those dots touching. Everybody knows what it looks like if you get dots touching on it. But it got done. If you get dots touching, that's going to be like a sore thumb laying out there in the middle of your carpet. So I avoid that at all costs. I will absolutely work at trying to get a seam row cut if it's got dots or speckled in it, for sure. It's virtually impossible to row cut or serpentine with speckled carpet, for sure, or one that has dots. That's just me. Maybe I don't know how to use I don't know how to use it's actually coffee. I ain't man enough to drink it black. I have to have cream and sugar in it. Have you noticed that the carpets are getting cheaper all the time and not as straight as they used to be? Yeah, I absolutely have. And Benji said that they're not as straight as they used to be. I want to give Shaw an awesome shout out. How's it going, Ricky? Appreciate you joining there, buddy. Even on the cheapest of the cheapest of the cheapest Shaw carpet, you can just run a row in it blindfolded. I just love working with Shaw carpet. Their Seamer Down Now has helped with that. Yeah, I believe that Seamer Down Now is awesome. Manuel. I never heard of a serpentine, either straight edge or row cut, but row cutting is the way to go. Do you know what a serpentine it ain't a serpentine row cut, serpentine straight edge either, or row cut. But row cutting is, I don't understand what you're getting at there. Coffee sounds good right now. Yep. Shaw is for sure better. Absolutely. Shaw is definitely the way to go. Like I said, and also if it is Shaw, you can get a half inch from the edge of the carpet, and when you get to the other end, it's going to be a half inch still. It's not so many carpets. You can be running a row right here, and you can be starting 2 inches from the side, and it'll run off like that right there, right to the side like that. Even like I said, on the bottom of the line Shaw, it'll run right up the side right there. And even if it is right on the side like that, it'll still run just as easy as if you're 6 inches or 8 inches over into the carpet, like you do have to do some of the other carpets just to get a decent cut on it. Shaw is ruling the carpet industry, if you ask me. I got a bunch right here. Let me try to catch up on all these. Yes, I love Shaw carpets too. I want to explain things with you, but it's tough because I'm typing, not talking. LOL. Okay. Sorry. Or if I had the choice to only install Shaw, I would. I heard that for sure. We deal with tons of Mohawk. I seen you do the Mohawk Arrow carpet. You did a beautiful job on that Phantom carpets. What did you think about that, by the way? I've only done 2 jobs of it, and I can't remember if you used a carpet trimmer on it or not. My first one I did not. My second job I used a carpet trimmer on it, and it worked out awesome. Tons of Mohawk carpet here, and they have some. They have some good. Many of them don't have the salvage edge on them, giving you under 12 foot. Yeah, that stinks too. I hate that, especially when you got 12-foot rooms and your carpet's 11-10, and you're working on them on a 12 foot and a half inch or 12-1 or something like that. A lot of times, if your carpet is 12 foot, you can make a 12-foot one room work with that. So, let's see here. I might have to take a trip to visit you and do a live stream with you. That would be just fine. Where are you located at, Manuel? I think you're in Texas, if I ain't mistaken. Watching your videos makes me have faith in the hard-working man. That's awesome. I appreciate that, buddy. That's going to change carpet in the future. Well, actually, I hope. It don't really matter to me because I ain't doing a whole lot of carpet now, but I'm definitely want to get some. My studio's coming along. I actually just mudded some sheetrock in it. Oh, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I actually just mudded my sheetrock. I put my first coat of mud on it. So getting closer little bit by little bit. By Christmas, Lord willing, I'm going to be in there doing videos in my studio. So I do use a trimmer for the most part. We install most prior to base install. I got you. All right. Phantom carpet, agreed. Shaw is way easier to stretch. Most of Shaw has a brown backing. Yeah, Shaw carpet always has stripes on the back too. Now it's not necessarily the little gold stripes. Most of the time, if you get the gold stripes that are just like every inch with the little bitty squares, 99% of the time, or maybe even all the time, that's a Mohawk, and that is bad about delaminating. Thank you, Bobby Griffin. I appreciate that, buddy. I don't know how many times I've seen Mohawk carpet just delaminate and pull apart. I even had sales rep in the carpet store one time right at Bobby Joe's. I was like, that stuff right there. I said, are you Mohawk? Because I wanted to know who he was with. I was like, that stuff right there is garbage. It delaminates like crazy. He's like, what? What are you talking about? I went over on a brand new roll. Okay, it was sitting on the shelf, stock carpet. I went over and look, I just grabbed the edge of it and just pulled the back right off of it. Any of that carpet that has the little bitty squares on the back of it is going to delaminate like crazy. If you guys do any of that, please take extra precaution and do extra good seam sealing on your seams, because that stuff will, as soon as it gets a fresh edge or even a factory edge, if it has an edge at all, that's going to peel apart. Okay, so take extra precaution on your seams and make sure you seal them up really good. Okay. How much harder is hardwood to install over glue down or snap together laminate? Um, I don't think it's that bad myself. I'm actually been doing a lot of hardwood. It's pretty much all the same. It's pretty much the same principle about everything, um, as far as the cuts and stuff like that. Let's say over glue down and snap together laminates. Snap together laminates. I don't like that. I would rather do a nail down hardwood any day over a laminate. Now glue down is, I would rather definitely do a glue down hardwood. I mean a nail down hardwood rather than a glue down. Glue down is messy and time consuming and stuff like that. So glue down hardwood pays more, and it needs to, just for that specific reason. We have installed like 50,000 square feet of aero carpet, easy on the knees. It definitely has a nice pad on the back of it. I can't argue with that whatsoever. Uh, I kind of liked it. I mean, it is Mohawk, but I've never seen a cheap grade aero carpet. It's all like 60, 70, 80 ounce carpet. They don't make that stuff cheap by no means. It is definitely heavy, and you have to straight edge those seams. And the best way to get a good results on that is to pop a line with the chalk line and then run your straight edge on the chalk line. If you just try to straight edge it regularly, there's no giving that. I so want to get some more of that and do a video on that. I learned so much. I learned so much on that last Mohawk aero job that I did. That's awesome. That would Phantom. I want to redo a video on Mohawk aero carpet so bad. I can't stand it. And just as soon as I get my studio up and running, I'm going to buy some just to do it. That is, unless Mohawk wants to contribute to some, and I will definitely talk good about it because I like the Mohawk aero carpet. And it would be good for if a DIY person or something like that just wanted to do it in their home. You know, it don't get really much easier now when it comes to installing carpet. To do a room in it would be awesome for a DIY person. I think, as a matter of fact, that's what I titled that video. Easiest DIY carpet there is, I think, is what might be the name of that video. But like I said, I learned so much on the second time I installed that. I want to do another video on it because first time I didn't do it justice. Where can I get info for a Shaw or Mohawk courses? Thanks. You can probably, you know what? I don't know what to tell you on that. Go to the CFI website, Certified Flooring Installers, and they will be able to direct you further on that, I'm sure. Okay. I don't know about that. The Phantom carpet said installed 7.5 inch, 60-inch engineered wood last week, glued. Well, you got the benefit of having 7.5 inch planks and 60 inches long, so that kind of makes up for the boogered up glue down because that would go nice and fast. Actually, tomorrow I got about 560 feet of staple down. 3/8 hardwood is what I'm doing. I prepped it. Well, one of them's like I think 590 something. The other one's like 518. It's almost like a duplex. Dad's gonna live on one side, son's gonna live on the other. But I got it all sanded, edge or the seams edged, and the whole floor sanded over because they are like really, really particular. So I did more than scraping over it like I would typically do. I edged the seams really good. You could tell that the floor had a lot of water on it before they got the house dried in because the seams in the plywood, or wasn't plywood, it was, that chipboard stuff that they put down for the subfloor. It was typical subfloor, but it got so wet, it had so much rain on it that they was like every one of the seams in the ply or the subfloor was peaked up. So I had to literally sand a whole bunch just to get them down right. And then even after that, I took the big sander and went over the whole entire floor. And Benz, I went over the whole entire floor whenever my big, I think it's like an 18-inch, 16 or 18 inches, the big floor buffers. I put a big heavy grit sanding pad on the bottom of that and go over it. And if my seam wasn't flat in the subfloor, that would let you know because it would definitely try to pull one way or the other. So I spent literally all day long sanding and breathing that dust all day long. Friday, all day long sanding. So when I get there tomorrow, they're going to be good and ready, and Lord willing, I'll be able to just knock those out one of them a day. They're really easy layouts, 590 something feet one day, and then 518 feet the next day. That's where the edger is great to have, and it saves time. Yep, I've always had an edger. Actually, I ain't always had an edger. Mine went out while I was in Tucson, and I had it for almost 20 years. I bought it when I was 19, and it went out when I was in Tucson, so I might have even had it longer than that. But anyway, I bought my last one I got right now at Home Depot, where they have it. They sell their rental tools, everything that they rent out. After they have them for so long, they'll put them out for sale. So I gave like $800 and something for my edger, which they're like over $2,000 or right at $2,000, and I got it for $800. And if you get if you buy something that is at the Home Depot rental tool section, they are maintenance frequently. They are took care of. Now, you never know what the people who rent them are going to do with them, but they are maintenance. Every time they come in, they're cleaned and all that stuff. So they're really took care of real good. And my stretchers that I currently have right now, they're Roberts, and I got them for like $218. They had been rented out 30 times. So that's like a month's worth of use, and I got them for $218. That was also bought from the Home Depot tool rental department. Like I said, after they use them for so many times, they will put them out for sale and buy some more. Quick question. I got employees at $110 per day, but sometimes the work doesn't give me profit to pay they because we are subcontractor. How much is the rate per hour? How is better? Dang, that's kind of messed up. Let me read that again. I'm pretty much doing the same thing with my guy. I don't have any Roberts tools. I use Roberts tools, a lot of them. Start out $10 an hour. There you go. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you answering that, buddy. However, it is hard work for $10 an hour, so you're going to have somebody that really needs some work for them to work for $10 an hour. But you can bring them on for $10 an hour and give them plenty of room to move up at that rate. The more they learn, the more they can earn. Okay, that's the way I do it. The guy I got working with me right now, Isaac, we don't have the only agreement that we have as far as pay is the more money we make, the more money I'm going to pay you. Okay, he trusts me. I said, you just have to trust me. I'll pay you. Okay, whatever I feel like you're worth at the end of the week. And it's worked out thus good so far. We don't have any agreement. I don't say I'm going to give you X amount or I promise that you're going to get X amount. Nothing like that. Just a gentleman agreement, just like it should be able to be done. I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but it's because everybody always feels like they're getting the hammer thrown to them and feel like they need more and everything like that, where nobody trusts nobody anymore. That's what I do. Pay accordingly. It's the best way. Yep. The more I make, and I'll stress that to him, the more we make, the more we get done, the more I can pay you. So if we do a week where we don't hardly make nothing, guess what? He don't hardly make nothing. So if we're going to make a lot of money, we got to work hard and make a lot of money. The more skill, the more responsibilities to pay. Yep. Exactly, Sean. I pay for years. As a matter of fact, this is the Jerry. When I was in Tucson, I stopped percentage. I was paying Jerry at 30%, which he was making a buku of money there. I've paid people 20%. I've paid people 25%. I've paid Jerry 30%. That's a touchy subject. I employ them and I don't subcontract. Thanks again, Bobby. I appreciate that, buddy. You are hooking it up tonight. Really generous of you. Thank you so much. People don't want to work for $10 an hour and do a 1099 form. Yeah, you're probably right on that. Honestly, I got you. Thank you, Mister. Yeah. Oh yeah. Percentage is good because that gives the person motivation to do more, because the more you make, the more they're going to make. So that's good to do that. But at the same time, if you are, say, if you go out and you have a good week or something, you bring in $7,000 or $8,000. Look how much money you're giving up to someone that's a helper. You know what I'm saying? So that got to be really good to get a percentage, they need to be really packing their own weight for sure to be percentage. I know a lot of people may not agree with that, but that's just the way I feel. I don't know that I will ever pay somebody percentage again just because of that fact. I mean, it don't matter. If somebody wants to make that kind of money, they need to not be a helper. They need to go out and get their own tools and do a regular, be their own boss and work for themselves, just like the person they're working for. Okay, there was times in Tucson, Jerry was making $1,700-$1,800 a week. That's too much for anybody that is a helper. Okay, I'm sorry, people may not agree with that, but if they want to make that kind of money, they need to have the responsibility of going out, buying their own tools, and doing what they got to do to make that money. Okay, you can't work under somebody with zero responsibilities and expect to make that kind of money. That's not right on the person, and in that case, it's not right for me. Okay, I'm giving up a couple grand a week, and I have all the responsibilities. Okay, let's see. Let me get caught up here. What's the average carpet store are paying per square yard? Here in Tennessee, we are getting paid $4.05 a yard. Installers paid around $10 a yard per hour because they think it's fair price depending on experience and helper. Okay, phantom carpets. That hard to do when you have the guys with multiple jobs. It would be too complicated. I agree on that. I don't know who you was talking to or what you was commenting that to. Phantom, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what you commented that to. Here in a hometown, that's what a lot of installers do, but I don't pay accordingly. Huh. $5 in Idaho. Thank you, Sean, for giving that feedback. I appreciate that, buddy. That's not much more. That's actually, as a matter of fact, I talked to the guy at the carpet store a couple weeks ago about that. That way, whenever I get jobs and I sell my own jobs, yeah. I wanted to know the real going rate. I wanted to know how much he was making off me so that he could so I would know the going rate. So he told me he was getting 10 cents more. He's getting 55 cents a square foot, which that's another 90 cents a yard. So he's actually charging the customer $4.95 a yard, and he is paying out $4.05 a yard. So technically $5 a yard is what people are charging around here. Okay, I ask him that way when I get my own side jobs and stuff like that, or sell a job, I would know how to charge accordingly to what is being paid around here. How's it going? 25% to helper. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing for a long time. 20, 25, and then Jerry, when we moved to Tucson, it was really slow starting out. Like I said, I was working, doing the Lowe's thing there for just a little bit. I was contracting from that store that was contracting from Lowe's. So nobody was making any money. So I told Jerry I would give him 30%. That way he could have enough money to live. And then we started making bank when I got with that other store. And then he just started making crazy money. So I asked him, I was like, so I give you 30%. So we could, everybody can make it. Now we're making a lot of money. Can I take you back down? He didn't go for that. Most stores here are charging 10% on the labor. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And honestly, thank you, Florian. I appreciate that again, buddy. You guys are hooking it up tonight. I appreciate that. I'm okay with that. That's what I was talking about in that other video. If the carpet store wants to make 10% on the labor, that is fine. They're out there they're doing a lot of the work. Okay, they're bidding, they're measuring, and everything like that. Yeah, they're doing that to sell the carpet, but I'm okay with that. I'm probably all alone on that, but I'm okay with it. 10% is not that bad. I don't mind a man that's feeding me work every day to make a little bit off of me. Okay, he's feeding me work every single day. I don't care. He can have a little bit. That's cool with me. In Alabama, 300 new strip, 350 New house stripping $4 with furniture. Hardwood glue down is $3.50. You buy the glue and the responsibility about it. Glue down wood here. I'm only getting $2 a foot, and for nail down like I'm doing tomorrow, I'm getting $1.80 a foot, and for vinyl plank, I'm getting $1. Have a great night. Thanks, Phantom, for joining. I appreciate it, buddy. So definitely am making a lot less money right here where I'm at now than what I was in Tucson. However, the carpet actually pays less in Tucson than it does here, but I was getting $2 and $2.50 for vinyl plank, laminate, and stuff like that. In Tucson, where here I'm only getting $1. 10% is okay to the store owner. Thank you. I'm glad somebody's with me on that, because most people get pissed off if the carpet store makes a little bit. I don't agree with that. I think they should be able to charge a little bit just because they are feeding you every day. I'm okay with it, by all means. Let's see here. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. Right here. This is vinyl plank is a $1.40, $1.80 square for Iowa, depending on what store you're subbing out of. That's cool. That's pretty good, actually. I've had the same helper for 13 years. It's been nice not having to train different people. I completely agree with that. Me and Jerry worked like a hand in glove. We didn't hardly have to talk to we didn't hardly have to say nothing. He knew exactly what I needed when I needed it, and we could just flow right through a job. Me and Jerry worked together a really long time, and we got compliments all the time because we worked really good together. Some of my older videos where I first started out, you can probably see that in some of those videos where I would put the camera up on the window or something like that and see it. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate you for tuning in, buddy. Have a good night, okay? Let's see. Stores in Indianapolis are paying $5 a square to two installers. Store up here are charging around $8 a yard. I charge $7 a yard on side jobs. Dang, that's good. $8 a yard. What'd you say? $5 a square. $2. Dang, that's pretty good. Here is 20% what some carpet stores get. Well, that is a little bit much. I will say that. That's a little bit much to be getting. $2 a square foot on any hard surface except for tile. Okay, that's what it should be. Honestly, I was doing that in Tucson, and that was comfortable. Check this out. Okay, LVP, laminate, hardwood, all that stuff is, by all means, easier than carpet. It's not as physically demanding on you or anything like that, but you are sitting on a solid surface all day long. Okay, it may not be as physical demanding. You may be able to do more of it faster, but the toll it takes on my feet, okay, my feet look like, I don't know what, the tops of them from sitting on the top of my feet on solid surface all day long. It really gets me. I got nerve damage in both the tops of my feet from specifically that. So it needs to be up, by all means. The solid surface, everything in the flooring industry needs to be charged more, okay? And I told somebody, on the live stream I did last night or 2 nights ago or something, that I was okay with them making a little bit of money off of me. By all means, I am. And I'm not messed up with working for a carpet store. However, I am, this spring, I'm going to put out some ads on Facebook and stuff like that. And I'm, by all means, going to try to, I just noticed we got $49 in super chats. I just now see it on my screen right there. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. That's awesome. And I got 14 thumbs up. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. That is super awesome. You guys have been really good tonight. I appreciate you. You guys are always good. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These are the best installers that meet right here on this channel. That ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm only one, okay? There's all these guys right here. You guys are awesome. You guys are super generous, super kind. never bad mouthing people. I really appreciate you guys for doing that, being respectable of one another's opinions and everything like that, and not dissing and dogging people for whatever they post in the comments and stuff like that. You guys are really respectable. He's done. Let's see here. You guys are awesome. I mean that. I'm not just saying that. You guys are great. The store I suffer makes money off your install, but in return, he pre-cuts all carpet for a job with his carpet cutting machine. Lets you use all his specialty tools when needed and trailers as well. That's awesome. The store I'm working at right now, which it's a great deal too, he takes $10 a week out of the check, okay, and that's to use any of his tools that, say, the big floor sander, the big buffer machine that I used to sand over that whole almost 1,100 something feet, 1,200 feet, whatever it is of flooring that I did. Any of his specialty tools that we need to use, $10 a week. Okay, that's a lot cheaper than going somewhere else and renting them. So that's a good deal that you got going on there, Sean. He's done pretty good. Last year, he almost made $49,000 as a helper, but he is pretty good after 13 years. Try to go on his own or work with anyone else. You guys, like I stated earlier, I'm not making near the money here, and y'all would probably laugh at me if I told you what I've made year to date right now, because that comment right there is like right at it. My last year to date, I think, was $47,000 is all I've made this year. That's pretty bad. That's like Jerry was almost making that in Tucson. I am making pennies here compared to what I was doing in Tucson. Just me by myself. After the last year I was there, just me and my wife Treva. Um, we had $10,000 weeks, $8,000 weeks, and $6,000 weeks, $7,000 weeks, just me and her. So, and that is on $2 a foot of LVP. So, and I was getting $2 a foot for underlayment as well, and no click together out there. Everything there was glue down. So everything that I glued down, I refused to do it unless I could do underlayment. So anytime I did glue down vinyl plank, or anything, any kind of glue down besides carpet, I refused to do it unless I could put underlayment down. That prevented me from spending a day and a half to prep the floor out for 4 hours worth of prep, which is $50 an hour. So that was the way I got out of doing a ton of floor work, prep work, for a couple $100, because I just say I'm not going to do it no more unless I can install underlayment, and that's how I solved that problem, and it worked out perfect every time, because $2 a foot for the underlayment, $2 a foot for vinyl plank, I was getting $4 a foot anytime I did glue down vinyl plank. And if you guys look at my older videos, I done a ton of it out there in Tucson. So that's how I was able to bank off those nice weeks like that, just by myself, with my wife helping me out. I've been saying it for years. Carpet is the most amount of work and the least amount of pay in the flooring industry. I absolutely agree with that. You're awesome, cool guy, great videos, my brother. Kick butt installer too. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. Well, Bobby Griffin. Most all the shops here on the Outer Banks pays $5 a yard. I think that's pretty much the norm. I think there's some people up north that get more, and over in California, I know Nick, he gets an outrageous amount. But he bids and everything, his own jobs. He's real picky about what he accepts and stuff like that, because he's got it like that. He literally runs his own business, and he does his own installs of work and everything like that. So he can pick and choose about what he wants. He's got his business set up and running excellent, and he built it from the ground up. So he's done real good for himself. Don't feel bad that what I have been doing for the last year, and it looks like it this year too, a little bit more, but not 48,000. Carpet stores should always make a little bit. YouTube bread butter. What? Carpet stores should always make a little bit. YouTube bread and butter. I don't really get what you're saying there. I know that the carpet store should always make a little bit, but I don't know what you mean by YouTube bread and butter. I don't make a whole lot off of this stuff, I promise. And I'm sure you guys know that everything that does come in goes back into it. However, I'm getting close to having my studio done, so whenever I get my studio done, and I got let's see, I got a whole bag full of camera equipment now. I've got microphones. I got a new phone. I got the iPhone 11 Pro Max specifically because I wanted it for my nice live streams. I got microphone in my phone right here. I've got 2 nice cameras. I got a couple tripods. I got microphones to go on my cameras and all that kind of stuff. I'm just about to get my video equipment good where I need it. I'm about to get my studio done to where that's going to be good. Thank you, Florian. I really appreciate all you did tonight, okay? Thank you so much, buddy. So I am, hopefully the beginning of next year, I'll be able to start keeping a little bit of that money because I'm pretty much got everything bought up that I'm going to need. And, well, actually, YouTube bread and butter should only go to the person that's invested into it. Yeah, I completely agree on that. Oh, is that what they was talking about? Yeah, they don't need no money off my YouTube. By no means. Absolutely not. They don't do anything as far as that. That's completely all me. And Isaac, the guy that does it, that works with me, he does some of my video, and when I'm on the jobs, he uses my gimbal right here, and he's really good with it. So, but he likes doing it. How can I start making YouTube videos? You can use your phone. If you have a Google account, you got a Google account because you got a name right there. So just start doing them. Post them up there. That's all you have to do. I started out with a GoPro. You can look at some of my earlier videos from I've been almost 3 years. I've been doing this. January of 2017 is when I started, and I started with just a couple $100 GoPro, one of the little cube ones is what I started with, and it was on a selfie stick, so that's why a lot of my old videos were really shaky and stuff like that. Didn't have good audio and stuff like that, but thanks to all you faithful and loyal followers, I've been able to get better camera equipment, better microphones and stuff like that, so I really do appreciate all that y'all do for the channel. It's my first time seeing you. I appreciate your time on my question. I will look on your channel. Seams tips. Thank you, mister. Oh, you're welcome. Yes, about the speckled carpet. How to seam speckled carpet, if you're the one that was asking about that. That's exactly right. And I've got a lot of my stuff is split up in playlists to make it easier on you guys, okay? I've got seaming playlist, hardwood laminate playlist. I have a whole bunch of different playlists. That way you can just click on them and go to find whatever you want, and a lot easier, okay? I do that for you guys. So thank you for joining. I appreciate that if it was your first time there. I hope to see you again. Okay, it's been about 63 minutes. It's been over an hour. Is there any more questions or anything? Oh, I was going to check this out real quick. I got this a while ago. You guys ever use one of these? Anybody? Good night, Ruben. Nice chatting with you, and have a best awesome YouTube channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys ever use one of this? Anybody got one of these? Gotta go take care, buddy. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is a heavy-duty pull bar from Bullet. Yep. This is the Bullet one right here. This thing is strictly just a chunk of steel. This is going to be awesome. Whenever I do a video on this, I'm going to make one recommendation. What I would like to see happen to the pull bars and stuff like that. I'm not going to do it right now. This is going to be a giveaway, just so y'all know. What's that say? We get $2 a square foot for LVT and LVP here at OBX. What's OBX, Bobby? Yeah, I've not yet used this. I I'm not going to use it. I'm going to just do a little video on it, and that'll be all the use on it. Any of these tools that I got for the giveaway will be strictly, I'll just be doing a video, enough use on them for the video, and then I'll be giving them away, because that's what I told the contributors, whoever would donate, that I would do a video on their product, and that's why people are sending out stuff, and to help out people such as yourselves who join in faithfully, and young guys getting into the trade and stuff like that. This, you guys all know that this channel is about helping, whether it just be tips about straight up living in life, you know, been having good moralities and stuff like that. That's what this channel is about, just helping in any kind of way that I can. Any more questions? Want to make sure everybody's all good before I get off of here. I got a ton of let me check this out right quick. I know everybody on here probably shops at Tools for Flooring, and I have a ton of stuff. Tools for Flooring, you are much appreciated. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate it. Tools for Flooring has sent me a whole mess of stuff. Hats, I mean, tons of hats, tons of shirts, beanies right here. All this is giveaway stuff that I'm going to be giving away in December. Safety goggles here, levels, towel for towel and stuff like that. Somebody is going to get an awesome pouch right here. Has a tape measure clip on it right there. This is all contributed from Tools for Flooring. This is a pretty cool carpet knife right there from Roberts. Well, actually, it's from Tools for Flooring. Here are these knee pads right here there is some pretty costly stuff in here. If you look up these knee pads right there, look at the name and number, and you can look those up. I actually looked up how much they contributed, and I can, let's see here. Let me see right here. I'll show you. Tools for Flooring contributed to the giveaway. I'm going to give you all a dollar amount right here. $894 worth of products to be given away, okay? And I haven't figured out the bullet tools. I will be figuring out how much every individual contributes, and let you guys know how much each company contributed. There is a Trax staple gun right here. This is a really nice staple gun. It's one of the heavy duty ones. It's not a lightweight one like I did a video on here a while back. This is one of the heavy duty ones right here. Look here. That's going to be good for somebody. All this stuff, like I said, is giveaway stuff. So if you guys see live streams coming in December, y'all be sure to tune in, okay? We got tape measures, shirts galore. I got a ton. Reason why I said that a while ago, I've got some little stickers here, and whoever, everybody shops at Tools for Flooring. Check this out. I got a whole stack of 10% discount cards for that will be given away as well for Tools for Flooring. I will need that staple gun. Oh, you need that staple gun. Well, just join in the live streams in December. All of this stuff is giveaway, okay? I think you guys probably seen my post of all the bullet tools that they have sent. So these are just some pretty cool little knives right here that little pocket knives, Tools for Flooring set. Got a handful of them. Anyway, like I said, there's about $894, I think, is what I figured out. Everything they sent, I looked up on their website. That way I would know how much it is. Get all this stuff back in the box there. Let's see here. Tools for Flooring shirts right there. There's another one. Let's see here. Got some of the gray ones. That was really nice of those guys at Tools for Flooring. It was really nice. They was actually the first ones to say, yes, I would love to contribute to that. And as a matter of fact, they said, you do whatever you want to with this stuff. They said, we're going to put you, we're going to put you a care package together and you just do what you want to with it. But look here, Tools for Flooring again, green safety shirt. Here's another, more of them, the hats, just all kinds, the beanies. They actually said do what you want to with the stuff, but it's all giveaway. Everything. I was wanting by all means to do this stuff for you guys, and I'm really glad that we have so many people joining in on this. It is unreal. I could not believe that so many of the big manufacturers, Roberts, Pro Knees, I'm actually going to have 2 sets of Pro Knees to give away. Some of the AP16s like I wear right now. I'm going to have 1 set of those to give away. I'm going to have 1 set of the full length ones that go all the way down your leg. I'm going to have 1 set of those to give away. I'm going to have a set of, or not a set, but goof-proof wall trimmer, which is awesome. I've got one already right now that I'm going to do a video on. I've had it for months and I've yet to do a video on. I did a little teaser thing and put it on my Facebook page here a while back. I've only used it on 1 job, and that was just to check it out, and that thing was awesome for cutting commercial carpet. It was actually almost a Berber. It was like a loop pile, low nap Berber, and it worked really good on it. The Pro Knees are actually little coupon booklets, because you have to get those made to fit you. You got to measure your legs and stuff like that. So I will fill that out and mail that to you whenever you win it, and then you will have to send that to a distributor of them, and they will send you a pair of Pro Knees for free. Okay, so you won't actually get the knee pads. You'll get the brochure that entitles you to a free set, because you'll have to send your measurements in and stuff like that. So that's how that's going to work with the Pro Knees. But we got Pro Knees, Roberts, Bullet. Hey man, love the channel, learning so much from you. Awesome. Pro Knee, Bullet, Tools for Flooring, Taylor Tools. Let's see, there was one more. Pro Knees, Bullet, Taylor Tools, Tools for Flooring, Roberts. 5 of them that I can think of right now that are sending stuff. So should be really good. And like I said, I honestly, when I took the weekend and sent all of those emails out, and then I followed up Monday, I sent the emails out on a Friday afternoon to all of those manufacturers and companies and stuff like that, and then Monday morning or Monday at work, I followed up with phone calls to all of those. Oh yeah, Better Tools too, so that's 6. I forgot about them. Just the positive feedback and the yes and yes and yes and yes that I was getting from all those. Honestly, I got choked up a little bit, because it was really hard to comprehend that all of these big, super big companies were going to contribute to this one little channel to help you guys out. Okay, they done that for y'all. I know they might get a little bit of their products shown on YouTube or whatever like that, but that, they're helping you guys. And whenever it comes down to it, I'm gonna ask you guys to do something for the companies too. We'll talk about that when the time comes. But anyway, stores are the bread and butter, but you gotta remember they are making anywhere from $6 to $7 a yard, and I mean, on carpet plus $100 to $120 markup, if not more, on hard surface. Yeah. So I don't think they should get that much from the installer or the ones breaking our backs. Yeah, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. You know, if they're in charging $6 or $7, then they need to be paying you $5 or $6. They can make $1 a yard on me. I'm okay with that. That's just me, but I'm okay with that because they are doing everything but the install. There's a lot to running a business. If you just do it by yourself, there's actually a lot to it because I've had my taste of it. I've had so many. When I was in Tucson, I had so many people. I just had to start turning people down, giving them my number, referring them to other people and stuff like that because the carpet store there was keeping me so busy. And then everybody that would come in there, word of mouth. I mean, it was crazy the amount of work that I had coming in there strictly from word of mouth. Everybody, hey, I had a friend of a friend of a friend, and so from realtor or whatever. I mean, I could have worked around the clock and not got everything done. So let's see here. So let's see. Jordan Seibert. I'm 23, been doing this since 17, and my back kills me every day and knees hurt. Yep, you better take care of yourself. If you're in this for the long haul, you definitely better take care of yourself because this is a rough job, and it will definitely take a toll on you. And while you're young, there's good money to be made in this. Okay, for sure. There's for sure good money to be made in it. While you're young, take that money and take Carpet Mike's advice. Okay, invest it in something. Do something with it. Okay, don't blow it. If anything, get your house paid for or something like that. You need to charge what you are worth, just like the store does. I hear you. I liked all of your comments that you give on that other video there, Mark. I really loved really good in-depth comments. I really appreciate all that information you put out there. Thank you for that. The shop I work for pays well and furnishes all the supplies. That is the thing about this guy right here, or what I'm working with right now. He pays everything. Okay, all the glues, all the floor patch, everything except for seam tape, tack strip, and staples. Pretty much everything else he takes care of. Glues, floor patch, wax rings, caulking, all that, everything but what I just mentioned: seam tape, staples, and what did I say? Seam tape, staples, and blades. He pays for everything else. So I'm okay. But like I said, I'm gonna attempt this spring. I'm gonna attempt to the stuff that I was talking about at the front of this video, that where you tell the customers. Dang, I'm getting a little mixed up here. Tell the customers you want this much and stuff like that, and tell them why and all that. This spring, I'm definitely going to put that to the test, and I'm going to. Not that I'm going to try to be unfair to nobody, but I am going to try to get as much as I can just to see if that method works. And after I get done with the job, then I will give the customer a discount because it's not going to take as long and stuff like that. So I am going to see if I can get as much as I possibly can on every job. Now, I preached about this last night. I'm not going to do that literally. I'm just going to try. And if I don't get the job, I don't get the job. It's going to be an experiment. I'm going to try to get as much as I can out of the customer. And if I get the job, then at the end of the job, I'll knock the price down for them. But I want to see if this stuff works right here. Explaining every little thing I'm going to do, like I did at the front of this video, telling them what's all it's going to be done, why it should be done this way and stuff like that, and why I'm charging what I'm charging. And I'm definitely going to put that to the test. I've been a helper for a while, but once go out on my own. How do I get work from stores and builders if I'm not licensed in California? That's a pretty good question. You have to have you're going to have you got to do your workers' comp, general liability, and stuff like that. And a lot of times, if you are, sometimes the carpet stores will let you work underneath of their licenses. Okay, I have done that before. Because some states are really strict about that, and you do have to be a licensed contractor. So you can ask around. If you want to go out on your own, feel your way around. Ask the carpet stores, do I need a license? You're definitely going to have workers' comp and general liability. That's for sure. That's like everywhere. Some states will let you sign a waiver as far as the workers' comp and stuff like that, but for the most part, you do need those two things. Have you ever had to use a generator for an electric staple gun? Need a generator for a project but can't find reviews for it out trade. Yeah, I've had to, as a matter, for a staple gun. I don't know that I'm sure I have, because back in the day, in the late or early, late 90s, we was doing a lot of work in Nashville, and it was booming, booming. Tons of new construction. I mean, this builder was building like 500 to 600 houses a year, and we had a brand new house to do every single day. We had a new house to do, and a lot of times we had to run generators, and most of those houses had steps in them because there was only like 5 different layouts of flooring, of floors. It was like 5. They had 5 house plans out of all those houses, so I was doing a ton of the same kind of houses. So it gets kind of repetitive and boring when you're doing stuff like that. But at the same time, you get the feel for them and you can fly right through them. And I'm pretty sure that was a Honda generator, if that's what you was asking about there. Are there any more questions? If not, I'm going to let you guys go. I've been holding you guys forever. I appreciate you, your channel, and you take the time to answer questions. Keep up all the good work and the videos and live streams coming. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and I don't want to keep saying it or sound like it's. I don't want you guys to think it's all puffed up or nothing like that. But I literally, this is for y'all. Okay, honestly, I don't want to overstress that, but I want you guys to get it. This channel is to help people. Period. Okay, that's strictly. Some people may think, oh, you do it for the money, you're making a killing or whatever like that from YouTube. By no means. You guys look at my video I did a few months ago. How much money does a small YouTube channel make? It was I think I had about 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers at that time, and I was making about $600 a month. And at the time of putting in videos, recording, and all of that stuff, man, I had 10 hours in one video here a while back. You put a few of those videos together in a month, it's by no means worth the money, okay? The self-satisfaction of being able to help out people just as yourselves. And there's guys on here right now that message me anytime they come across a different situation that they're not familiar with or anything like that. And it just feels good to help people. It's much better, much more satisfying to help people than it is to receive. Much better to give than to receive, we'll say that. Let's see here. Just keep doing what you do. It helps us guys coming up. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. I'm glad. Thank you guys for letting me know that. I really do appreciate it, because I will admit sometimes it gets it consumes a lot of my time, and you go looking through comments and stuff like that, and it just keeps encouraging me to keep it up, because it does consume a lot of my time. I answer every single question that comes in, okay? I don't know anybody that does that. I've commented on tons of other YouTube channels and stuff like that, and never hear nothing back. I go through every question that comes in this channel will get some kind of response from me, no matter what, unless it's got foul language or something like that in it, and it shows up in my blocked comments, and then I just click them off, because the only way to respond to them is to let them come through, and I'm not going to let stuff like that come through. So if you guys want your questions answered, just no bad language or nothing like that, okay? Thank you, my friend. Still a helper after 2 years, but I'm excited to branch out, and your videos have helped me a ton. Making $852 a week, banging out 900 feet of LVP a day max. Great trade. It absolutely is a great trade. And if you're banging out 900 feet of LVP a day, when you get on your own, Just think about that. You'll be making your weekly salary in a day more than that if you guys are making that much or putting down that much LVP. I know that's what I was doing. I was making when I was started out with a guy. I was 19 when I started working for myself at the carpet store I'm at right now. As a matter of fact, they are the ones that helped me get going in the trade, because I had been working underneath of someone for 4 or 5 years at this store, and then that guy got all messed up on dope and stuff like that. I started running his business, and he was giving me $250, $300 a week. Well, the carpet store seen what was going on. For almost a year, I ran his business, and I would have to go hunt him down to get paychecks, to get my pay and all that stuff like that. So the carpet store seen what was going on. So they actually they spent like $6,000 out of the pocket and bought everything that I needed to get started in the trade. And then I would pay them back a percentage every week until they was paid back, which took about 6 months to pay the store back for the $6,000 worth of tools that they bought me right off of the bat. And I still remember $536.43 was my first day I ever worked on my own. And I still remember the layout, still remember the job. That I had a piano, entryway, carpets, and set of steps. And that was like 2 weeks worth of pay for what I was doing. Because like I said, that guy was giving me about $200 to $300 a week. Okay. And I was, my first day, like I said, $543 or $36. I can't remember now what I just said. But anyway, $500 something in one day. I was like, when I come home, I was psyched up. You guys can imagine. Anyway, no more questions. I'm going to get off here. It's been like almost an hour and a half. It's been 86 minutes. And I really appreciate you guys for hanging out that long. That really does. We still got 13 people on here. If you haven't already, can you hit that thumbs up for me real quick, please? If you've got, if you get help from this channel, or if you just appreciate the channel, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And all of you guys, thanks for hanging out. When is the next vid? It's going to be soon, because I haven't done one in a bit, because I've been consumed in getting my studio done. So I'll definitely be getting one put together real soon. I want to do one on quarter round, because I've come up with some different tools and techniques to get perfect miters on any kind of corner whatsoever, and my returns on my trim will be lifetime instead of, just glued on there or whatever. I've got a way now I can make them last forever. So they're not going to be getting kicked off or knocked off by a chair sliding or anything like that. Yes, I was going to ask you about quarter round. Well, that's probably going to be my next video right there. How to get perfect miters on any angle. And thank you, Florian. I thought you was gone. Thought you was gone, buddy. Thank you. Like how to fit them like a glove. Yep. So that'll probably be my next one. How to get them right, and how to make your returns last forever. Okay. Again, thank you guys. I see somebody has hit the like button right there. I appreciate that, and thank you guys for hanging out this long. Really, this right here does help my channel out. When the YouTube algorithm will really likes it whenever the attention. I'm tired. Sorry, I can't even hardly think right now. When the dang it, I'm sorry. The length of the watch time. That's what I was thinking of. If you got good watch time, long amount of watch time, like there's still 13 people here. It's been 88 minutes. That really helps out the channel. And I don't make a killing, but I do make a little bit, and it definitely helps compensate for all of the time. And one of these days, I want to give a shout out while my wife is here, because she puts up with me doing this a lot, and it takes a lot of time away from her, takes a lot of time away from my family, and stuff like that. So shout out to you, Sugar, if you're looking wherever you are. I think she went to Walmart, but anyway. Thank you for putting up with me and putting up with everything that I do. Love you, Sugar. We'll see y'all later. Thank you guys for tuning in. If there ain't no more questions, I am going to call it a night. I'm beat. I've been working all day ever since I got home from church. Okay. Nothing else then. All right. Thank you guys. We are out. FBSB is out. Until next time.